Hi everyone, my name is Joseph. I am a Microsoft certified trainer. So today I'm going to be focusing on some basic facts that an admin, a support engineer, or end user needs to know about Microsoft Teams. All right. So in Teams, the number of team a user can create is 250. So if you have users in your organization who have the privilege to create Microsoft 365 groups, who can create Microsoft Teams group, then they can create as much as 250 per account. So if the global admin disable that feature for a user, of course, in the last lesson, I taught you how you could create Microsoft Teams group chats, right? But if you have the privilege to create group in Teams, then you can create as much as 250. Now, the number of team a global admin can create, however, is 500,000. So if you're a global admin, you can create as much as 500,000 teams in Teams. Okay, having said that, org-wide team is a very important thing that you need to understand. An org-wide team is a team that automatically gets people added or removed from it according to what you have in your Active Directory. So if you enroll new members or if you create new users in Teams, then they get automatically added to your org-wide team. This org-wide team can only be 5 per tenant. All right, so and it can only be created by global admin. Okay, and now if you have an organization that is more than 10,000, then you cannot have org-wide team because org-wide team contains the maximum of 10,000 users. All right, so for org-wide team, it can be created by only global admin, and per tenant there can only be 5 users, and it's limited to 10,000 people. Now, when you create a team in Teams, you have the option to create channels. There are two types of channels. You have standard channel and you have private channels. So the maximum number of channels you can create in a team is 200, but the maximum number of private channels that you can create in a team is 30. And this includes deleted channels, just to know. So a channel is like a subclass of a team. So if you take a team to be like a school, then channels can be taken as classrooms. So for standard channel, which is created in a team, it is open to every member of that team. But for private channel, it is open to those whom you invite to the channel. All right. So the number of members in a team maximum is 25,006. What it means is that when you create a team in Microsoft Teams, the maximum number of members or users that can be added to that team is 25,006. And this include guest users as well. All right. It includes guest users, just for you to know. So if you have more than 25,006, or if you have 25,006 already in a team, then you cannot add another member to that team. And then again, the number of team a user can be a member of. We know that an admin can create as much as 500,000 team in Teams, but every user has the right to belong to 1,000 teams in team. I hope that's a very great number, right? As the time you belong to 1,000 teams, then you see that it's a very huge number, but then it's limited to 1,000 teams. So if you cannot get added to a team, the troubleshooting step will be for us to know if you have already belonged to up to 1,000 teams already. Now, the number of owners that you can have in a team is 100. So for you to administer, for you to manage a team, then you need owners. And we do not advise that when you create a team, you have one owner. The user who creates a team automatically becomes the owner of the team, right? So we always advise that if you are creating a team, there is need for you to add another member, at least one other member as an owner, so that they can administer the team. They can manage the team, they can set permissions, so that if anything happens to you as a member of that team accidentally, then the other user can manage and then add you back to the team. So but when you add members to team as owners, you can't add more than 100 owners in a team. All right. So the number of teams a tenant can have is 500,000. So if you have a Microsoft 365 tenant or Office 365 tenant, the maximum number of team you can create is 500,000. I think this coincides with what global admin can create as well. Global admin can create maximum of 500,000, and then a tenant cannot have more than 500,000 teams. Okay, now the number of private channels that can be created, the number of members actually that can be added to a private channel. When you create a team, you have standard, you have private channel, and then in that private channel, the maximum number of people you can add to a private channel is 250. This coincides with the previous lesson that we took. Then we try to explain how to create group chats in Microsoft Teams. We had said earlier that if you are a user who do not have the option to create team because the admin has disabled it for you, and you need a group of people to be put together to work on a particular project, then you can create a group chat in Microsoft Teams, and the maximum number of persons you can add to a group chat is 250, right? And now the same thing happens to that when you create a private channel in Microsoft Teams group, then the maximum number of people you can add to private channel is 250. So these are the basic facts that you need to know. A Microsoft 365 tenant can have maximum of 5,000 groups. Then a global admin can create as much as 500,000 teams. Then an ordinary user can create 250 teams. Every Microsoft 365 tenant that is less than 10,000 persons can create 5 org-wide team maximum. Then the number of users that you can add to a private channel is 250. So you can go through this video often and often just to get yourself acquainted with these numbers so that you can use them to troubleshoot when you have issues as an end user, or when you have issues as an admin, or when you are trying to troubleshoot as a technical support engineer. You can contact me for further training and some more facts that you may need to know about Microsoft 365 product and services. If you have questions regarding this video, you can just hit me up on LinkedIn. I'll be available to give response to your queries. I am open to your consultation, and I'm open to work with you as a freelancer if you need any professional to assist you in Microsoft 365 product and services. Thank you so much today again. The next video will be coming out very soon. I need you to stick around so that you can watch that to add to your knowledge as well. Cheers.